well, welcome back to Squirrel Garage. I'm Cody. This is Amber Lynn, the white M3. As you know in the last video, a little defeated, a little down, but as always, I come back. I just got to step away for a day, which I did, and grabbed me some, for now, temporary stock, M3 suspension. Monroe, just shocks from a friend, hooked me up with them. I got a new guy coming to pick up the Bill Steins for the non-M suspension. So we are going to do exactly what we did last video. Pull all this apart, get the H&R race springs installed, and get this crap back on this car so we can get this thing back down on the ground. So first let's pull this apart, get the other one made, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to try to do this the ghetto way without a spring compressor, since I don't have a spring compressor here now. So we're just going to try to impact this off and on and see what it gets us. So guys, that was an easy 5-minute swap. Have our H&R race springs on here. Should give a nice little drop to the front of this car. Already have them kind of, this side goes here, and the other side goes on the other side, obviously. But we can finally get this shiznitch back together and get this car back down on the ground. Then we can maybe back it out, drive it around. Oh no! Can't do that yet. Swap out the radiator. Then we can back it out, drive it around, let the suspension settle, and actually see what we got. Give us our final clearances for our new federal tires coming. Have two I picked up from Chris, and two I'm going to pick up from Andrew. Whenever he gets them in. And then those go on this, and then pretty much good to go. We're going to do, after the motor's good and we know it, I ran the car the other day even with the leaking radiator, and it never creaked over half, so that's a plus. Then if we can get this stuff done, then we can finally move to the damn interior and finish up the interior and do harness bar. And that's it, really. Trying to stay as basic as possible on this car. Just wanna drive it and race it and autocross it and stuff. So really, I just want to get in and drive it. So let's get this shiznitch on. Put on, and we'll be good to go. Okay guys, well, we're here. We have the top 3 bolts on the strut put on. That's usually the simplest ones. You slide the strut in and just hand tighten them down. That allows you to get your whole caliper here and all of this into place. And I use the jack because it's fairly easy just to get it placed and get it jacked up into place. That is, again, if you do it right. Obviously I have not, so I'm going to hold that up for a second. I gotta get the freaking blue bar. There we go. Okay guys, well we now have the strut installed, all our bolts are retightened up, all our connections are hooked back up, you know, as far as our brake sensor and all that. So all we have left to do is tighten the 3 on top, just snug enough, and then once the car is back on the ground on all fours, you'll retighten the top so that you have your final tightness. But once you're done with this side, we're going to jump to the next and get the other side on. Okay guys, well, we're going to save the radiator for later, and we are going to go ahead and install the bumper so that we can at least make this car look like a car once we put it back down the ground. So when we put the bumper on, we'll also connect the under panels to the car on either side so that we have a fully secure bumper under panel situation. And we're going to do that till we actually build an under panel for this that'll cover everything all the way around, and that'll be a whole nother video. But we're going to get this installed now, so let's go for it. Okay guys, well, as you can see, the bumper is on. We have our under panel attached. All this is super tight. Like I said before, we're still going to make a aluminum under panel to basically fill in all of the gap of all the plastic that's missing underneath. And that'll really tie everything together. Nothing will shake loose. But that'll be another video. But now let's put the wheels on, get these on, get the car back down on the ground, fill the radiator a little bit, and maybe take her for a spin around the block to let the suspension settle and kind of see how the car looks like after we're done. You know? So let's put the wheels on. So guys, we now have the car back on the ground, all fours. We have not moved it yet. Crap. Woo! We have not moved it yet and driven around the block, so the suspension has not settled yet. But as you can see, it's sitting a lot better than it was previously. You can actually see the gap in the front is a lot less. And going to give us more than enough room with the new tires. They're going to be a lot taller sidewall and a lot wider, so it looks like it's going to be literally going to be a perfect setup. So we're going to take it around the block just to drive it and repark it, and let's see the height difference.